Banasarn.
Who of you here loved the food your moms cooked when you were young? Please raise your hand. Wow, quite a lot of you. Many of us seem to love our mom's food quite a lot. And I'm also one of you. But I also have some dramatic memories about how hard it was for my mom to get me to eat her food. When I was young, sometimes my mom cooked fish smelling very fishy. And very often, she cooked spicy Thai food that I couldn't eat. Just because I'm from Thailand doesn't always mean I would love spicy food, does it? Fellow Toastmasters, honored guests, whenever my mom cooked the food that I couldn't eat, my life was always rescued by my grandmother. With her gentle and elegant smile, like a grandma, she would just calmly jump into that awkward discussion between my mom and me and offer to cook Thai omelette for me right away. My grandma is a real gourmet because she knew how to eat just about everything, from toads and frogs to dogs and birds. And despite her advanced eating competence, she was still kind enough to offer me such a simple food like Thai omelette. How awesome could this be? I enjoyed my lovely time with grandma eating Thai omelette. The non-spicy Thai food which saves millions of children's lives around the whole country. Sometimes after school, when my mom wasn't there, I always had to go to the neighbor's house. It's where my grandma enjoyed playing cards for money with her neighbors. Well, that's what people from around the world simply call gambling. And gambling was also very, very illegal in Thailand. So I used to worry that much that my grandma would be arrested by the police until I looked around that room in the casino and found a few policemen in uniforms, considering their cause very seriously. It's when I came to understand how intelligent my neighbors were to include the police into their game so that they would never be arrested. One day, I came home. My mom wasn't there. I went to that casino house. It was empty. The neighbors from the next house told me that all of a sudden, the police from another district arrived and arrested everybody in that house. And if I wanted to see my grandma, I had to go to the police station. I rushed with a big worry in my head, together with my grandpa, to the police station. But when we arrived, my grandma was released right away just because a good connection between my grandpa and the police. My grandma showed me that gambling was no good and gambling would be arrested. But if you have a good relationship with the police, everything is going to be just fine. Still, quite an adventurous one, but I still enjoy this lovely time with grandma quite a lot. During high school, I had to move from my hometown on the countryside to Bangkok, the capital city. And that's also why I couldn't see my grandma very often, like before. I wanted to be as best student as I could, to be able to enter the best university of Thailand and make my grandma proud. That's also why I invested a lot of my free time studying at home, just like a nerd. On a gloomy and rainy day in 1996, all of a sudden, my mom called me. This was my mom, and this was me. What are you doing, Golf? I'm having a lot of fun, Mom. I'm trying to solve an exponential equation. Grandma is sick in the hospital in Bangkok. Go and see her. I can't make it. I don't have time. Tomorrow I have final exams. Alright then later. The next day, after the exam, my mom called me again. Did you visit Grandma? Not yet, Mom. I still have further exams tomorrow. Alright then, go there tomorrow. The next day, after the final exam, I went home to change my clothes before going to the hospital to see my grandma. My mom called me again. Did you visit Grandma? I'm going right now. Listen, Grandma just passed away a couple of minutes ago. The ambulance will carry her body back to our hometown. You can go to the hospital and come home with Grandma. It was the first time in my life losing someone very, very important in the family. I can still always remember that scene, how hard I cried in that ambulance, carrying my grandma and me back home. I never had a chance to tell my grandma how much I loved her, or even just a single chance to say goodbye to her. My lovely time with Grandma has left me forever. If you still have your loved ones, never hesitate to tell them how much you love them. I learned from this mistake or this life experience that I made that even one single minute could be too late. Enjoy and cherish every single moment of your lovely time with your loved ones. Miss Madame Toastmaster.